Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection. We've had all the press conferences, we've had the injury update, so today I'm going to go over what I'm going to be doing in game week 13. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what players are you bringing in, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, in goal we do of course have Areola, who's got Burnley away. Not sure if I'm really expecting a clean sheet from this fixture. West Ham have been so bad at the back, but fingers are crossed, you know, maybe since bringing him in on my game week 8 wildcard, he can get me some points apart from like a 2 or a 3 pointer, but I'm not expecting anything crazy because, like I say, West Ham defense has just been absolutely abysmal lately. But my other only option is Turner, who's obviously been dropped. So I have to play Areola. My hand has been kind of turned. But either way, we've got Areola in goal away at Burnley. At the back, we've got Matty Cash, who's got Spurs away. Gabriel, who's got Brentford away. And then Anderson, who's got Luton away. Cash has been flagged, but he should be absolutely fine. The reports are coming out that he's been training and everything like that. So, yeah, he is flagged, but he will be absolutely fine for that fixture. Not the greatest fixture at all, especially because I do have a Spurs player playing against the Aston Villa defence. But hopefully he can get an attacking return or something like that. Fingers crossed, because he hasn't really delivered much since I brought him in on my Game Week 8 wildcard. He's brought me in a lot of money, don't get me wrong. I think I bought him in for like 4.7. He's like 5.2 now, so I'm happy about that. But in terms of points, he's not really brought me anything. Gabriel away at Brentford is a little bit of a doubt just because of the flight and traveling from Brazil and stuff like that. I really hope he makes the game, because if he doesn't, I'll probably have to play Simicast, who's got City away, who also has a fitness doubt. So all in all, this game we could go completely wrong. Like, if all of these players don't end up playing, I might have like 9 or 10 players playing this week, which is not ideal at all. Hopefully Gabriel will be fine to play, and I mean, Brentford away is a tough fixture anyway. I mean, a lot of people are bringing in Mbumo this week regardless, so I don't know if people want an Arsenal clean sheet or not because of all the people bringing him in, but either way, I'm hopeful for a clean sheet because I'm not bringing in Mbumo this week. And then last but not least, we have Anderson, who's got Luton away. Really nice fixture, so hopefully Anderson can get a clean sheet in this game, and hopefully an attacking return as well. I will only be keeping him for a few more weeks after this before they play like Liverpool and stuff like that, so I'm really hoping for some sort of attacking return, some big double-digit haul from Anderson just to reward me for keeping him since bringing him in on my Game Week 8 wildcard. So that's the back line there and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we have Hee-Chan, who's got Fulham away, Bowen, who's got Burnley away, Salah, who's got City away, Saka, who's got Brentford away, and then Son, who's got Villa at home. So with Son, I mean, I'm just going to keep him. He's just playing in that position. Yes, Spurs are a little bit, I mean, they're a little bit depleted at the moment because of the players that they're missing due to injury and suspensions and stuff like that. The last 2 fixtures haven't been great for them, but hopefully, you know, they do get some sort of response and can get a result against Villa. Even though I've got Matty Cash playing him, hopefully Matty Cash can score a goal, Son can score a goal. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Unlikely to happen, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, Son, who's got Villa at home, Saka, who's got Brentford away, did just get a price rise. Again, numbers haven't been ideal for Saka in recent weeks, but with the return of Ødegaard and Jesus, I'm hoping that does kind of sort out the issues and Saka can start getting a few more attacking returns, because obviously losing a player like Ødegaard in that midfield is obviously going to hurt, same as like Jesus up top and stuff. So hopefully Saka can get something from that fixture. We've got Salah, who's got City away. Again, could still potentially be a captaincy option with the latest comments about Haaland. We'll talk about that in a second. Loves scoring against City, is obviously the toughest fixture of the season going to City's ground, but Salah is the Egyptian king, you know, he is the FPL GOAT, so maybe he does get a couple of goals in that game, but I do think Liverpool will score against City. I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet. Now, Bowen is a big issue this week. We have just had the press conference news. It's not really the answer we were looking for because it's just filled with doubt, but basically Moyes, he came out and said that Bowen would, he'd basically be, it was going to be like a late check, you know. They're hoping that he's going to be fine for that Burnley fixture, but they're not going to know until tomorrow. So it's not ideal. Again, we might get early team news, which would be fantastic, because if he ends up starting or not, is going to be like a massive swing, really, because like I might have to make my transfers like tomorrow or tonight, depending on like price rises and stuff like that, because the transfers that I want to make, I will be priced out of if certain things go against me. So Bowen obviously isn't in the early kickoff, but it is tomorrow. Like, the fixture is tomorrow, so hopefully we get some early team news. Like, if he's traveled and stuff like that, I think he's going to start, because Antonio is obviously out for a few months, and so they've not really got any strikers, really. So Bowen would be great to play in that role, and I think he's obviously going to be a fantastic option tomorrow if he is fit to play. Like, if he is ready to play 90, then obviously I will keep him. But he is probably going to be my transfer this week if we don't get early team news, and I'll tell you why in a second. But anyway, Hee-Chan as well, who's got Fulham away. Not 100% sure if I'm going to play Archer over Hee-Chan, but I think Hee-Chan does play on that Monday night. It is going to be the last fixture of the week, and it's just nice to have a player on the last fixture, just because, you know, your game week's not over and it could potentially get better. And also, Sheffield United's fixtures have been absolutely terrible. I know Bournemouth obviously is not a great team at the moment, but neither is Sheffield United. You know, they are both bottom for like chances created and shots and stuff like that. So it's not like Archer is a fantastic option this week. You know, I could easily see Bournemouth winning like 2-0, Slanky getting a brace or something like that. I don't know why all the rage about Archer this week is that you have to play him because he's got Bournemouth home. Like, you don't. You really don't. The numbers are terrible for Archer. I know his only goals have come at home this season, but he's not like suddenly Ronaldo. You know, I don't think he's the greatest option. It's the same with Mbeumo this week as well. Like, people are bringing him in at Arsenal at home is a tough fixture, so that's another reason that I'm not bringing him in. Yeah, price rises and stuff suck, but it's like next week is where you're really going to be wanting to bring him in when he's got like Luton and stuff like that. But anyway, that's the midfield. And then up top, we've got Watkins, who's got Spurs away, and then Haaland, who's got Liverpool at home. So obviously Watkins is fine. Haaland is a doubt. He looked fine midweek and stuff. Everyone was saying that it was going to be absolutely fine for the weekend. And now Pep's comments are that like he's training with some like niggles and stuff like that. And then they've got like another session or something. They're going to hope that he's all right for it. So it's kind of like thrown us back into a false sense of security. We thought it was going to be absolutely fine. Like, reports and stuff were coming out that it was going to be absolutely okay for this Liverpool game. And now it's like, oh, he was training with a problem. We hope he can make it. It's like, that's not what you want. So, as you can see on my team, I've got 4 flags, which is not ideal. I mean, Cash will be fine, so it's technically 3 flags. I'm not really sure on the Kabore updates. I haven't seen the press conference for Luton. I don't usually look at them unless I'm playing Kabore that week. I may have to play him this week, to be fair. But, yeah, the bench obviously is Turner, who's got Brighton at home, Archer, who's got Bournemouth at home, Tsimikas, who's got City away, and Kabore, who's got Crystal Palace at home. I think that Tsimikas will also be flagged soon as well because of the fitness thing that Klopp talked about. So, technically, I will have 4 flagged players. So that's what the team looks like on paper without any transfers and stuff like that. But I have quite a few different things that I'm thinking of doing. So obviously one thing is just rolling. You know, if Bowen, we get early team news and Bowen is fine, I probably will just roll and just that'll be my team. But if we get news that like Bowen hasn't traveled and stuff like that, what I think I'm probably going to do is just get rid of Bowen and then bring in Eze for a little bit of a punt, really, a little 3-week punt. Bring Eze in for 6.1 mil, which I can afford easily because obviously Bowen sells for what, 7.5, whatever. I've got 1.4 mil in the bank. So that would be my transfer this week, and then I would still play Hee-Chan. So instead of Bowen, the team would be the same, but yeah, instead of Bowen, I would play Eze. And then for game week 14, I would be bringing in, obviously, Mbeumo. Now, the issue is I'd only just be able to make that, but I'd have to make the transfer probably at the start of the week because everyone's going to be bringing Mbeumo in next week anyway for Luton at home. So I would have to jump on that transfer early, and I hate making early transfers, but I would literally be priced out of it if he goes up to 7 mil. I might even have to make the transfer like over the weekend or something if he is close to a price for like if he goes big against Arsenal or something, then I'd have to do that. And that is one thing that I am thinking of doing. And even if Bowen is fit, I think I'm still kind of liking this. Like, I really like this midfield. All on penalties. I mean, they should be. Son should be on penalties. I've got Haaland who'll be on penalties. So that's 6 players that will be on penalties. And the fixtures are all pretty nice as well. I know that Son's got City in Game Week 14 and stuff, but that's what it is. He can score against anyone. But I would have Eze for like West Ham away, which also isn't ideal for Areola. But then he'd have Bournemouth, and then I would roll Game Week 15, which my team would look really nice for, by the way. The team would look really nice. So I'd roll for Game Week 15, and then in Game Week 16, I'd have 2 free transfers. Still, obviously, nothing in the bank. But I'd have Anderson and Eze that I'd need to get rid of. So I'd probably be bringing in Palmer for Eze, who would obviously have Everton away that week. And then I would also be getting rid of Anderson, and I'd have 5.8 mil to kind of sort Anderson out with. So one player that I could obviously bring in is Colwill, who hopefully will be fit by then. Bring in a Chelsea defender, have 2 Chelsea players for this incredible fixture run that's obviously coming up from game week 16 to game week 2024. Have 2 Chelsea players for that, and also have 1.2 mil in the bank as well in case I have to sort anything else out. Or I could even do a little bit of a punt and go, and I can't believe I'm saying like punt for this player, but I could always bring in Reece James as well instead of Colwill and actually still have 0.5 in the bank and obviously have Reece James over the Christmas period. But the only thing is, because it's over the Christmas period, is Reece James going to be able to make the 24th, 27th and 30th of December? I don't think he will. Whereas everyone else in my team, I think, will have a good chance at doing that. So I think probably Colwill is arguably the better option just in terms of like minutes and stuff like that. So that would be my team for game week 16, and it kind of all looks all right. So the thing is, obviously, if I keep Bowen, I won't be able to do that. Like, I wouldn't be able to bring in Bumo in. I wouldn't be able to bring Eze in and stuff like that. It would just cause me issues. Like, I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to find the funds to be able to bring in Bumo in. Like 1.4 mil I'd need, and I just don't have that kind of money. Like, I'd have to downgrade Cash, Anderson, Gabriel, maybe someone else. I mean, one thing I could do is obviously downgrade Watkins, which I've definitely not like gone against, but Eddie Howe's recent comments said that like Wilson might be back for like the middle of December, and I don't think I'd keep Isak for that long for then like have the headache and stuff about rotation and stuff like that. So I think on paper, like, it gets rid of Hee-Chan as well. Like, Hee-Chan has Arsenal in game week 14, so I don't really want him for that. Obviously he has Burnley and Forest after that, which are nice fixtures, but I just think it makes sense. And I know people are going to be like, oh, why don't you just bring in Palmer instead of Eze this week and save yourself a transfer down the road? But, you know, I'd like to bring Eze in for these 3 fixtures. Like, he's on penalties, and I know that Palmer is as well, but 3 nice fixtures here for Eze. And the thing is, like, if Crystal Palace are going to score, it's probably going to be Eze involved, whether he gets the assist or the goal. And I don't know, my gut feeling is just telling me to get rid of Bowen this week, bring in Eze, and then next week bring in Mbumo. And obviously this is all in terms of like injuries and stuff like that. Like, if someone else gets injured, then obviously it's not great, especially next week if I am bringing in Mbumo and stuff. But yeah, I feel like I really like this team for game week 14. I think it's definitely nice. And then game week 15, I don't have to do anything. I just roll. And then obviously game week 16, I can bring in some Chelsea players and stuff. And I think it just sets me up really nicely for the Christmas period. But I don't know, like, we'll have to wait for Bowen news. But even if he is fine, I think if he doesn't travel, it makes my mind up for me. If he does travel, that obviously makes it a bit more of a situation, because if I bring in Eze and Eze blanks and then Bowen goes and gets like a 12-pointer against Burnley, I'd hate myself so much. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a gamble at the end of the day, and it does allow me to bring in Mbumo as well. Like, if I keep Bowen, I won't be able to bring in Mbumo, and I feel like not having Mbumo would really hurt me as well. Whereas, you know, if Bowen was on penalties, it'd definitely make me keep him more. But the fact that I'm bringing in 2 penalty kick takers in the next couple of weeks definitely kind of gives me more of a reason to bring them in. So I think that's what I'll do. I think I've kind of convinced myself that I'm just going to bring in Eze this week and then bring in Mbumo like as soon as possible. Like, maybe as soon as the deadline goes, just bring him in, like, if it's looking like a price rise or something. The thing is, Eze might even go up tonight as well, and if he does, then I'd have to bring him in tonight, so I wouldn't even know if Bowen's going to travel tomorrow or not. So it is a bit of a situation. I'm blabbering though, but yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. I think Eze, then Mbumo, roll the transfer, bring in 2 Chelsea players, sort me out for December. Probably going to be loads of injuries anyway, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment, what are you doing with your team? Subscribe if you're brand new, and until next time, have a great day. Best of luck with Game Week 13, and peace.